The time has finally come for us to bid farewell to Elder Dunmira. She is ready to ascend once more to the mortal realm. Ooh. It has been too long since we had a nature spirit awaken in Ardenwaeld. I'm looking forward for a moment of celebration after all that we've been through. The Winter Queen is waiting for you in the Grove of Awakening. You were the guest of honor after all. Without your help, none of this would have been possible.
I can't wait to see. A spirit's awakening is a sacred and wondrous event. I'm glad you'll get to witness it.
And I'm sure that nothing will go wrong at all. Hello, Winter Queen. I have been told that there's an ascension. Somebody is going back home.
My oath is to the forest entire.
The stars turn. The cycle continues.
She has voice files.
Speak, and the forest shall listen. Ardenwaeld would hear your plea. We are no strangers to difficult choices. I grant you an audience, mortal. Our sacred charge remains unchanged. I am eternal. My patience is not. Do you have a sister, mortal? You are certainly as vexing as mine.
So she has a sister. Now, the storyline of Shadowlands, it seems to be death and life. So perhaps the Winter Queen has like a summer sister or something like that. And there was also last stream, there was mention of Celtic lore, which has a similar theme or storyline going on, which would be rather interesting. I also wonder if perhaps a loon could be a thing. But her sister is apparently super annoying. The more you know. Your arrival is fortuitous. Elder Dunmira is about to begin her awakening. The light bond between a nature spirit and its world is inextricable and plays a vital part in the natural order. When the spirit awakens, it must return to the place that it calls home. Thanks to your valiant efforts, Elder Dunmira can return at last to her rightful place in the mortal realm. Speak to me when you're ready to begin the ceremony.
There is a time for compassion. And a time for resolve.
She talks like she's about to fall asleep.
Go with the blessings of the wild.
Be gentle with our
Chicks! Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime, baby. So, I'm going to imagine that this is going to be like an awesome in-game cutscene. Not really in there quite yet.
Ardenwaeld would hear your plea.
This would not have been possible without your help, so awakens, goes back home. Okay.
The Court of Night stands with you.
The Wild Hunt welcomes you. Moorwalker, I must speak with you.
Okay. Gaelic mythology, Irish, Scottish, and Manx. Gaelic is a creation goddess. She is commonly known as the Gaelic Bera, and in Scotland also as Baira, Queen of Winter. In partnership with the goddess Brigde, they rule the seasons. Gaelic covers the winter months between Samhain, 1 November, and Beltan, 1 May, while Brigde rules the summer months between Beltan and Samhain. It is said that Gaelic carries a staff that freezes the ground. Hello, Jaina Proudmore. Cool. I do not wish to dampen the celebration, but there is a matter of concern that requires your attention. The Wild Hunt has been encountering more and more of the possessed in recent days. I dispatched a hunting party to investigate, but they have not returned. Arelon must lead the hunt, and is as capable as they come, so I fear that something has happened to them. The hunting party was last seen near Blackthorn Grove. Search the area for signs of the missing hunters and report back to me.
Good hunting. We can ill afford to lose more huntsmen and huntresses. Find them and bring them home.
If you give him a carrot, will he allow you to ride him? No. Don't you see the eye patch? That means that he's dangerous. Mallwalker over here. Keep your voice down. Oh,
Lord,
sorry.
over here. I require aid.
I'm sorry. Keep your voice down. The possessed are nearby. My hunting party was ambushed not far from here. I narrowly escaped capture, but the others were taken deeper into Blackthorn Grove. We must find the others before they perish. You must go alone for now. I'm still recovering from my wounds. It would be best if we do not call attention to ourselves while we look for my comrades. Perhaps we can find something to disguise ourselves with. Do some initial reconnaissance and see what you can find.
We will need disguises. Search the area for something we can use.
I definitely think that the actions of Ulfar could play quite a big part in the
None
whole
can oppose the masters.
the events of the Shadowlands, if not give him the power that he needed to break out of there, like the first anima. Imagine something like opening up a gap wide enough for the jailer to actually get his clutches on Sylvanas, and therefore make contact with her, therefore set all the events in motion that have been happening after Wrath of the Lich King. I don't think it's weird to think in that direction. Next to that, I was having a walk the other day, and I was thinking about what could they do with the storyline, what direction could they take. You want to hear my crazy tinfoil head theory as to what's gonna happen? You want me to predict the entirety of Shadowlands for you right now? If you say no, I'm gonna be upset, by the way. Okay. Always, yeah, sure, right. So, Shadowlands. What's happening in the Shadowlands is we deal with covenants. And we deal with zones. We start off with Bastion. We then go into Maldraxxus. We then go into Ardenweeld. And then we go into Revendreth. The first raid that we're dealing with is Revendreth. We're going to Castle Nafria, Venfir, Revendreth. After that, we're going to deal with the Winter Queen's sister, a life patch, which is going to be the Ardenweeld storyline. Then we're going to go back into Maldraxxus, where we're dealing with a Maldraxxian storyline, something like Draka, Prove Yourselves, Bones, the Primus, release the Primus from the Maw, from the Tower of Torghast. Get him back into the storyline, and from the Primus, we learn that Ulfar's actions with tossing Arthas into the Maw is actually what set it off, which then brings us back into the whole Bastion storyline, where we need to deal with the cult, we need to deal with the Archon, we need to deal with the sins of the past, where they actually gave the jailer enough power to break free. So, with the Bastion storyline, we actually go back into the Maw and we find out more about the jailer's motivation, we find out more about Arthas, we find out more about why they imprisoned him, which is then going to open up the whole storyline of Into the Maw and dealing with the jailer. And that is going to be your experience in the Shadowlands. That is my prediction when it comes to the storyline. Therefore, every single Covenant has their own story to party with. And there might even be some infighting amongst the Covenants when they figure out, like, oh shit, we actually imprisoned the jailer and we are working for these overruling bodies that are actually assholes. And no new zones. I could definitely add new zones to it. Think, for example, an Ardenweeld storyline, you go into the domain of life, which is a completely separate domain. Or in Maldraxxus, well, think of Maldraxxus, like the House of Constructs, the Margraves, liberating the Primus from the jailer. But there's also the brokers that are bringing sources there, so you could go to different domains with the brokers. And then in the case of Bastion, the Ulfar storyline, where Ulfar is going to contemplate, oh, like, what have I done? And then we'll find out more and blow up the storyline as to all this happened because it happened. But of course, it is incredibly speculative. Who knows? What have you found? I have found 2 masks of possessions. This unused mask appears to be dormant and safe to wear. Are you sure? Yes, these masks are just what we need to blend in with the possessed. Now that we have disguises, we can explore Blackthorn Grove more deeply and search for the others. Be careful around the overseers. Even though the possessed will not recognize you as an outsider, the Drust will most likely see through your disguise if you get too close. We need to find the rest of my hunting party and bring them back alive if at all possible. Oh, this is a bad idea. They'll never see me coming.
The entire grove has been possessed. Take care not to be unmasked. Azalor, I feared as much. He deserved better than this.
Endwin?
Nera was the fiercest among us. She would never have knelt to the Trust. Taris, I'd embrace you, old friend. Gwyer, she yet breathes. But what have they done to her?
Well, they're trying to convert her to their side. Gwyer is the only survivor, but she has been possessed. We can't just leave her here, not like this. We must find a way to restore her mind. We must do whatever it takes to save Gwyer from this curse of possession. Lord Hearn will need to be updated on the status of the mission. Run ahead and deliver the report to him while I escort Gwyer back to the heart of the forest. Gwyer was under my leadership during the ambush, so I must accept responsibility for her current affliction. I will make sure that she gets home safely.
Report to Lord Hearn. I will guide Gwayir to safety.
We stalk the moonless night.
What news do you bring me from Erelon and the others? A written account of the events that transpired near Blackthorn Grove. So, Gwayir and Erelon are the only survivors. This is grave news.
Night Embrace. The Drust's curse will soon bend Gwayir to their will. It is too great a risk to keep her here.
There may yet be hope for the young huntress.
Oh, hello, Ysera. I didn't notice you there. There may be someone who can help us remove the curse of possession from Gwayir. I once knew a powerful druid with a deep knowledge of Drust magic. His name was Ulfar. Ysera knew about the Drusts? Ah. His name was Ulfar. You may still find him living in the land of Drustvar on Azeroth. Journey to Ulfar and tell him what has transpired here in Ardenwaeld. If something can be done for the possessed, he will surely know. Lord Her and I will tend to Gwayir when she arrives.
Courage, young If there exists a way to break the Drust's curse, Ulfar will know of it. Seek his wisdom.
Is Ulfar the one, the bear? Is Ulfar the bear in the cave? Because I quite like the dude. And we're actually going back to a Battle for Azeroth zone. That has not happened yet, as far as I know. It's the bear guy, right? Apparently, he and Ysera are best buddies. They knew each other. The more you know. Hello, Ulfar.
What do you ask of the thornspeakers?
Ulfar's guidance. You have come all the way from the Shadowlands to seek my guidance? That's a long way indeed. Possession, dark magic indeed. To sever it would require a fetish. Got plenty of those, imbued with the power of a Drust Lord. Long ago, the Drust were ruled over by a sorcerer king named Goraktul. It was he who perverted our ancient druidic rituals and set my people upon the path of death and domination. You will need his power to break the bonds of possession. Travel to Gol Enough and place this fetish into the flame of oblivion to temper it, but be on your guards. Gol Enough is a dark and dangerous place. So wait, we're taking the power of Goraktul again. Didn't I kill that dude?
Maintain the balance.
Place the fetish inside the cauldron, but beware. Goraktul may be dead. Okay, but his dark presence still lingers within those walls. So what happened to Goraktul's spirit then? Because we killed the dude. Confirmed, Goraktul is dead. Oh right, this is where we actually dealt with Goraktul in the original questline, and then was like, ha ha ha, you foolish mortal. I can only be slain in my own domain. And then we went into his own domain, and he was like, oh no, I should never have told you that. And these mobs are level 60. Huh. Okay. Where would Varian go if he died? Varian went to the Harry Potter train station as shown in the Endwin cutscene. So he's chilling with Dumbledore right now. But a Varian from the 4 zones that we know could very much be a Bastion or a Maldraxxus one. Was he all about power in his life? Not really. Did he die in service to his people? Yeah, so I would say Bastion. Gul'dan did cast an Avada Kedavra on him. That's be true. And then he disenchanted him and imbued his weapon with it. Now, of course, Fel and Gul'dan especially likes to play with the souls that he, you know, could possess. So maybe Gul'dan actually did something to his daddy's soul. Could be a thing. Is he in the mob? Maybe. It kind of depends on when the Machine of Death got broken. And we've been told that somewhere in the Legion period is when all the souls started to go to the mob, but we don't know exactly when that happens. Knowing how Helya also play her parts, I'm kind of wondering if it has to do with the Sylvanas deal between Helya, the Lantern, and the enslavement of Ayer. But as it stands right now, it's completely up for speculation.
Pitiful mortal! That witless thornspeaker led you right into my grasp.
Oh no.
Gol Enough will be your grave!
Oh no. Whatever will I do? Yeah? Was that all you had? Is that a... What is that? Is that a knife? Oh, that was actually the quests. Return to Ulfar. Okay, so don't make the mistake of thinking I need to go back to the Shadowlands now. No. We need to go back to Ulfar.
We strike back against the darkness.
In order to sever the curse of possession, a fetish is required that has been imbued with Godok Tool's power. I can sense the dark power of Godok Tool within this fetish. I'm glad that it will not be staying here for long. In the days of my youth, I was mentored by a wise and powerful druid named Kivar. Her spirits left this world long ago, but she may yet exist within the Shadowlands. Kivar's knowledge is ancient and vast. Should you locate her and deliver the fetish, she may be able to guide you further in your quest to free the possessed. Such knowledge is beyond the reach of mere mortals like myself. I have done all that I can for you. The rest is now up to you. May the wind be your guide.
Be wary of the woods.
Gorakzar and her followers must be stopped. Find Kivar in the Shadowlands and put an end to this curse. You know, need some information? Just find a soul. I'm sure that they're out there somewhere.
Hail, mortal.
Kivar, yes, I've heard of someone by that name. Arelon may know where to find her. Kivar, I've not heard that name in many an age. She used to make her home near Eventide Grove to the south. Arelon knows that area well. I suggest you take him with you. I fear that the situation with Gweir weighs heavily upon him. Perhaps joining you on a hunt will do him some good.
Our prey beware.
She slumbers for now, though her dreams offer little solace.
We will find a way to save you, Gweir. I swear it.
I'm so happy Ysera's back into the story.
Tell me, what do you see? I have seen your dreams.
Have you?
I dream, and the world trembles.
It is my fault that Gweir was captured and possessed by the Drusts. I'm looking for Kivar.
Kivar resides in a den near Eventide Grove. I will meet you there.
Okay.
Arelon blames himself for this misfortune. I fear guilt may overwhelm him.
Kivar isn't here, but there are signs of a struggle.
Uh-oh.
Something must have happened to her.
Oh no. This is the place, but Kivar is nowhere to be found. The den is empty and there are clear signs that a struggle has taken place here. I fear that Kivar may have been taken by the Drust. Before I arrived, I scouted the surrounding area for signs of the Drust, and it appears that Eventide Grove has been overrun. If we search nearby, we may be able to find her. I just pray that we are not too late. Koi.
Search the grove. Drust could not have taken her far.
What is it? Speak up!
Ulfar sent you to find me. Free me from this cage, and I will surely aid you.
I fight for Ardenweeld. What can this old thornspeaker do for you, hmm? Come for a lesson, have you? What can this old thornspeaker do for you, hmm? Come for a lesson, have you?
Huh, okay. And howdy everybody, welcome to the stream. Yes, I am that guy. Any idea when the new beta build is dropping? Usually it's Wednesday night, right? Wednesday into Thursday? It is good to know that old Greyfur Ulfar hasn't forgotten about me. Unfortunately, the Drust haven't forgotten me either. I was enjoying a peaceful afterlife before they showed up. Don't bother trying to force this cage open. It's been magically sealed by the Drust, and it requires 3 separate keys to open. Are you sure about that? The keys are being held by the Drust commanders nearby.
My cage has 3 separate locks, each with its own key. I think the Drust might be afraid of me.
And yeah. Where's the locks to put the keys in? Well, they're actually going to just be... Oh, it's actually a key. Unlock... Oh, no, it's actually a key. I was gonna say they're like knives, so we could just cut the rope to open it up. But nope. It's a steep price to pay for... He does like 30% of my damage in one hit. What the hell? I think I'm just gonna avoid that one. Oh, what the... Okay. Well. Not even close. I didn't nearly die there. What are you talking about? If you're looking for Kivar, they just dragged her away. I'd love to help you, but as you can see, I'm not exactly free to leave. The Trust have just taken Kavar away to be tortured and sacrificed. They left shortly before you arrived. If we hurry, you may still be able to save her. I've seen where the Trust keep their sacrificial altar. It's scary, but I can take you there. There's no time to waste. Kavar was taken up the hill to be sacrificed. If we hurry, we might be able to save her. And they now give an arrow to whatever you're escorting. Okay. Alright, so they're about to sacrifice. Tausketa the Binder. Praise the knights. We're not too late. Hello? What are you doing? Stop that. In the name of the law and all that.
Perfect timing, you two. Though you did cut it close.
I could have just left you here.
I fight for Ardenweeld.
I have never met someone with such spectacular timing in all my years. I'd nearly given up hope before you arrived. My den is not far away. We should hurry before more trusts arrive. There may be a way to break the curse of possession, but it would require some preparation. Ulfar was wise to send you to me. He knew that a portion of Goraktul's power would be necessary to break the curse, but the other necessary reagents do not exist on Azeroth. My den is not far from here. Meet me there and I will help you prepare a ritual to break the curse.
Beware the woods. Meet me back at my den. I will do whatever I can to assist you. What is it? Speak up!
It feels good to be out of that cage and back home in my den. So you just go back to the same spot where they captured you before? Do you think that is wise? I got a belt. Oh, look at my belt! Awesome. In order to perform the ritual, I will need Nox Root from Dark Reach. It is a special reagent that only grows within the soil that has been corrupted by Drust magic. You will find Dark Reach not far west from my den. What was once a peaceful verdant grove is now filled with blight and ruin. I will travel to the heart of the forest to prepare the ritual. Meet me there when you've gathered the Nox Root from Dark Reach.
Strike fast. Mawwalker, you gather the Nox Root. Erelon, we will need a witch's satchel. Stealing one from the Drust will be a perilous task.
I will not return without it. You have my word.
Meet me at the heart of the forest to complete the ritual. Good hunting, both of you.
It has like, there's also the shield from Ardenweeld from the Night Fae. And it looks like the Legend of Zelda shield. The bigger storyline. And again, we're very much talking about speculative stuff right now. But it very much appears like the Shadowlands as we see it presented, has been designed by the Pantheon of Death. And it very much seems like it was designed in order to keep the jailer imprisoned. But was that always the case? Or did they do that later? And if we potentially take care of the jailer, or we find a solution for the jailer, or we find something else out about the jailer, does the Shadowlands as you see it now still need to be a thing? Did I skip like 3 routes? Man, I'm talking too much, aren't I? Okay, it took me a while as I was having some fun conversations, but we got the routes.
What can this old thornspeaker do for you?
I did bring you the reagents, a potent and invasive plant commonly found within the lands blighted by the Drusts.
Maintain the balance.
Uh-huh. Good, you were able to find enough Nox Root for the ritual. Unfortunately, there's been a complication. And now that you mention it, we seem to be missing a body. I sent Erelon to procure a witch's satchel from one of the Night Screamers at the Oaken Assembly. It was a dangerous task, and he has not returned. The satchel will contain many of the reagents we need to perform the ritual. It is most necessary. You must go to the Oaken Assembly in his place to retrieve the witch's satchel.
Strength of Erelon has yet to return with the satchel. I fear he may be in danger, or worse.
So there's a quest here. I wonder what it's about. It's a broken spear. The shattered remains of a silver spear litter the ground. You recognize the spears belonging to Erelon. The spear confirms that Erelon was nearby. Unfortunately, Erelon himself is nowhere to be found. Lord Hearn will want to know what you have found. But I need the satchel. Oh. I need to kill an elite? Are you sure? Hey, Sloot, how do you feel about Protection Paladin so far? Did you just call me Slootbag? That is the nicest thing anybody has ever said to me. Thank you. So, question, where did his body go? Or the body that we tried to save?
I fight for Ardenweeld.
Have you returned with the satchel, a bag filled with reagents and focus objects for use in Drust rituals? Yes, this will do nicely. Give me a moment and I will prepare the reagents for a ritual.
Beware the woods.
The wild hunt.
What news do you
welcomes
bring? The splintered remains of Erelon's spear. This is Erlan's spear, but I'm not ready to give up hope. He may still be alive somewhere. I will assemble a search party, alive or dead. We will find him and bring him home. Thank you.
Good hunting, Arelon. I will send a search party at once. We will not lose him to the Drust.
What is it? Speak
I
up!
have finished making preparations for the ritual. The moment of truth has come. I've imbued the fetish you brought from Ulfar with the reagents you gather from within the Shadowlands. Channel the power of the fetish on Gweir, and it will counteract the bonds of possession that imprison her. This ritual will not be pleasant, and I will make no promises that it will work for, or that Gweir will survive. But this is her only course of action, and her freedom depends on it.
Strike fast, be ready, Mawwalker. Goraxar's sorcery will not be easily purged.
Did the curse turn her into a stone? And yeah, this is sadly where we're going to have to leave the quest. As you can see in-game, we're still looking at this bolt thing. The model is not present. Ardenwaeld is laggy as heck, so there isn't a whole lot we can do here. Thankfully, we do have WoWhead with a data mines quest in which we can actually check out, like, okay, this is the next part of the campaign, what's supposed to happen. So, I finished making preparations for the ritual. The moment of truth has come. I've imbued the fetish you brought from Ulfar with the reagents you gathered from within the Shadowlands. Channel the power of the fetish of Gweir on Gweir, and it will counteract the bonds of possession that imprison her. This ritual will not be pleasant, and I will make no promises that it will work or that Gweir will survive. But this is her only course of action, and her freedom depends on it. To which completion. You performed the ritual admirably, but the power of Goraxar's possession was way too strong for Gweir to withstand. There's nothing more that we can do, I'm afraid. It seems the possessed are lost to us after all. So going through that entire quest, getting all the reagents, freeing her, at the end of the day, we still realize, like, okay, there's nothing we can do. And then the final one of this quest chain is called Unbroken Bonds, in which we present Lord Hearn's reports. The Drust will pay for this foul curse that they've unleashed upon us. We lost too many allies, too many friends to give up now. Even though we cannot save those who have fallen into possession, we can end their torment. I will instruct the hunt to put down all possessed they encounter. Please deliver this report to the Winter Queen. She must be told what we have learned. Thank you for your service. You're a true friend and a guardian of Ardenwaeld. What news did you bring? If the thornspeakers have no way to break the curse, then perhaps there is truly no hope for the possessed. This is very grave news. Now, I was reading comments earlier, and I believe that's on the previous page, in which, well, 17 days ago she wasn't there, 6 days ago, still broken as of today. So even if I would decide, like, I'll just make a new character, I'll go through the campaign again, I'll reach this point and I'll try to do the quest, it's just broken. It's been reported multiple times. At some point, they need to fix the quest. So this is for now, until they actually fix it on the beta. This is where our Ardenwaeld coverage will end for the moment. The other ones, I have thankfully been able to record entirely. So Maldraxxus, Bastion, and Revendreth will be up on the channel. And fingers crossed for Ardenwaeld. It's interesting. It's like the one that I'm mostly invested in, which has been the most trouble recording. But yeah. Anyways, so far, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the trip. And until next time, see ya!